Will the old crew make an appearance in an up-and-coming installment of GTA 6? You know what, the answer is most likely. The reason why I think that, they will make an appearance in the next game is simply due to the concept of fan service. People love when old characters in TV shows and movies make an appearance, even in a short while, to fan flames of nostalgia and love for these individuals. Let's take an example for GTA 4. In the episodic content of Ballad of Gay Tony and The Lost and the Damned, when Niko Bellic makes a return to both of the episodes. This factor adds value to the episodes as not only continuity, but also the fact that Niko Bellic was so beloved as a character that it was really hard not to even include him in the two episodes. Now you may be asking, why wasn't Niko Bellic included in the previous installments of Grand Theft Auto, helping around all of the three characters in their adventures throughout the storyline? The answer is really simple and really complicated at the same time. I believe personally that Niko was supposed to be in GTA 5, but due to the messy garbage fire of GTA Online, he was cut off as a character. This statement is reinforced by the fact that we had mentions of the character throughout the single player storyline. One of them being Jimmy stalking Niko's Life Invader profile on his laptop, and also Lester making a nod to his existence when conversing to Michael before the first jewelry heist in the game. The other answer could be the fact that the voice actor of Niko Bellic simply just did not want to return due to the fact that he felt that he was underpaid by Rockstar for his voice acting for Mr. Bellic. This really wasn't the case for the character not returning due to the fact that the video game industry regularly doesn't rehire people that much at all. One example could be Call of Duty's Cold War. The two characters of Mason and Woods were rehired with younger actors as the two original actors, maybe because they were getting too old for their roles, or maybe the two originals were looking for a higher paycheck, who knows. Now, getting off of Bellic's case, the answer is obviously going to be an astounding yes for the return for the original GTA 5 characters to make a huge return to the franchise. And why I know this personally is because of their GTA Online appearances. Trevor had one of his heist missions you can partake in, and Franklin with one of his. It is unknown how much these voice actors have been paid for their returns, but when they do return back to GTA 6, you bet that these fellas will be paid in the millions for the surprise. It's really a no-brainer. Not only is this the case, we had statements from both Ned Luke and Sean Fonterno about a possible return for their characters, and they had usually suspect answers for saying something about like the Fifth Amendment and not even hinting at anything of a return. Now, here's the reason why they are either capping or telling the truth. They have signed non-disclosure agreements, and usually people who sign non-disclosure agreements don't blab, otherwise they'll get sued. I'm not crazy, but these things do exist, and let's be real, Rockstar know what it's worth and they will milk the fuck out of this. Usually when a game gets released, the game company in the modern era will release content over time, which is of course stating the obvious. Many examples of this sort of landscape is Mojang, with less than frequent releases of updates of the game, adding new animals, tools, etc. All the way to Cyberpunk finishing an unfinished game with updates of their own. Now granted, Rockstar hasn't released any sort of update for the single player versions of the game for 10 years, except the usual updates of online assets being transferred into single player versions and the graphical updates, but I really think they've learned their lessons and they will update the single player version of this game quite frequently. It really is a no-brainer, as there are two types of people that enjoy the game, which are people who just play the single player version of the game and people who just love to play only the online versions of the game with their friends. Me personally, I love playing the single player versions of the game because I like keeping my nerves in my brain. Not only will the online version of the game be a money printer, but releasing DLC to the single player and the new technologies being released for anti-piracy stems forward day by day. Rockstar will indeed release amazing updates to the stories and further develop the map month by month and year by year, increasing the replayability and its worth for its money. If that doesn't scream the reintroduction of beloved characters from the previous versions of the game into the newest versions of the franchise, I will eat my own shit and then shit that out. If you've enjoyed the video, please take the time to like, comment and subscribe, as I will be frequently uploading leaks and opinions of the game to a whole new level. And please give your opinions down below, as all criticisms are valid. Have a good one, guys.